Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Ash. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing amazing, because I'm doing pretty good. I hope you are too, sending those good vibes towards you. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about what is parapsychology. I'd like a drum roll please. First of all, I need to start by do not believe Wikipedia. It says parapsychology is a pseudoscience. No, it's not. They actually have real, actual scientific studies backed up with evidence. Go to the Journal of Psychology if you want to study more. If you want to study more about parapsychology, don't shy away just because internet sometimes lies, okay? So first, let me give you the definition of parapsychology. It is the scientific study of events on the side of mind and consciousness. Parapsychology bridges spirituality and science. A quote that I would like to say by Kathleen Sky. It says, "There is no such thing as the supernatural. There are only things we don't understand yet." Alrighty, let's get into it. I want to tell you guys how I came across parapsychology. About 2 years ago, before I got accepted into my master's program, which got me super busy in psychology, I was really into parapsychology because I was piquing an interest in reincarnation and psychedelics and learning more about dreams. I was really curious about what are dreams, and so I looked up online and I found this lab near me. It's called the Rhine Research Center. It's located in Durham, North Carolina. They have a website, go check them out. They offer courses, and so I decided that I would take some courses in parapsychology because it was attracting me at that time. You know what? I learned so many things. I used to go to weekly meetings there, and I would sit with maybe 10 or 15 people around a big table, and we would talk about different scientific studies that were done. We would talk about personal experiences, and then they would have different meetings on different days where they would discuss dreams and psychics. So it was fun. Anyway, I'm here to tell you guys what is parapsychology. Parapsychology consists of Psi or PSI, which is extrasensory perception or ESP, psychokinesis, which is mind and matter interaction, and the survival of consciousness. So ESP or extrasensory perception stands for just information or knowing. There are a couple of things that extrasensory perception studies, which is telepathy or mind-to-mind communication. An example would be if you're thinking of a particular person and they end up calling you or texting you. That's like a sign of telepathy, that what you were thinking you send to that person and they kind of got a message, and so they contacted you. Another part of ESP is clairvoyance or remote perception, such as remote viewing, which the CIA, the FBI, and the Russians were involved in. There's a lot of studies. Just look up remote viewing on Google. So basically it's about getting information from a certain place which you're not there. You're just like kind of projecting your mind and getting that information in real time. The next part of ESP is precognition, or knowing the future, knowing what's gonna happen before it actually happens. When it comes to parapsychology, you should know the difference between intuition and extrasensory perception. So intuition, in my notes, says is awareness of some information in your head and presented with a question, but you come up with an answer that's non-logical. It's just like information that you may know. Intuition isn't always right, but it isn't always necessarily wrong either. ESP relies on information you could not have possibly known. Another thing that parapsychology studies is psychokinesis, or PK. This is mind and matter interaction. So let me be a little fangirl over here. If you've watched Stranger Things, 11 can move things with her mind. This is psychokinesis. So examples of psychokinesis is like metal bending, like people bending spoons with just their eyes and mind. And lastly, what parapsychology studies is survival of bodily death. This can be an out-of-body experience, OBE, or astral projection. By the way, I have some experience in astral projection, so if you guys are interested on that topic, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video. They also study near-death experiences, or NDEs. They also study reincarnation, which is being reborn or your consciousness surviving for a certain amount of lives. And lastly, they also study mediumship, channeling, and possession. So there have been a lot of studies that have to do with reincarnation and anecdotals, where children talk about remembering their past lives. I've seen it a lot on YouTube, TV, or like channeling, where prophets channel God. Parapsychology also studies apparitions of people and animals, such as when consciousness survives death, and interactivity. Parapsychology also studies hauntings of places and things. I remember going to the meetings and we had a ghost hunter. His name was Steve. I don't remember his full name, but he would bring in these recordings of like people being possessed or channeling somebody, and he had the most amazing stories. I have a couple of hauntings / poltergeist experiences, so if you guys are interested in that, again, leave a comment down below and I would be stoked to share them, dude. They're scary and like amazing at the same time, so yeah, I would love to share if you guys are interested. So the reason parapsychology is a science, because they actually use the scientific method. Although parapsychology is not the study of UFOs, ETs, Bigfoot, Atlantis, the Bermuda Triangle, witchcraft, vampires, astrology, divination, demons, and angels, they're not a part of parapsychology. But at the Rhine, those people were so cool. They would always talk about different experiences, including UFOs and ETs and Bigfoot and all of that, like different discoveries and different articles and just different experiences. People who had actually came across ETs would share their stories, and they were very vulnerable, and sometimes it sounded crazy, but you know, I don't know what reality is. I've had a minor experience with ETs, so if you guys are interested in that too, leave a comment and I will share my experience. It wasn't major, it was pretty minor, but it was ET experience. So parapsychology is a social science, also known as a soft science, that deals with subjective experiences. I have another definition for parapsychology. It is the scientific study of experiences which, if they are as they seem to be, are in principle outside the realm of human capabilities as presently conceived by conventional scientists. Parapsychological phenomena are currently unknown or unrecognizable by conventional science, popularly referred as paranormal factors. We discussed why it's unrecognized by conventional science. It's because a lot of scientists spend their lives studying certain subjects and making theories and publishing them and studying them over and over again, recreating the same results, and it kind of hurts their ego to look at it differently. It hurts their reputation. I mean, everything they believe in and everything they have studied could all be destroyed by parapsychological findings. So that's why a lot of people say, oh, it's just pseudoscience. No, it's not. You don't know what reality is. Nobody knows what reality is. So a lot of science is, yes, it's helpful, but I feel like it just looks through a telescope and it sees just this area, and there's so much more outside this area. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, that is all I have for what is parapsychology. I have a lot of other notes, but I think this kind of summarizes pretty well what it is. If you guys are interested in other topics, such as I mentioned, out-of-body experiences like astral projection, ETs, if you're interested in psychic dreaming, lucid dreaming, and all of that good stuff, I'm really into that shit, so let me know. If you guys are into psychedelics like DMT, shrooms, let me know. I would love to share whatever knowledge I have. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope this video really educated you on what parapsychology is. I enjoyed filming it. It's one of my favorite subjects. I gotta go back to the Rhine. It's been like a year since the pandemic started. I stopped going. They have online meetings if you guys are interested in that. They offer courses, which I suggest if any of these topics interest you. And yeah, I forgot to say that Rhine used to be a part of Duke University, and it was the term parapsychology was termed by J.B. Rhine, who was a scientist at the Duke University, and then he kind of parted his way and made his own research lab. But yeah, Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me on this very interesting subject that I really love. I love you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Everything you do really helps my channel grow, so please don't forget to interact. I love you. Bye.